Sasquatch.
Never mind.
But they're
Just
up there.
kidding.
That's what I had.
Okay, gals, we're gonna. Hi. Look at that. Okay, look, we have our whole group in here. We have a whole group of ladies. Ta-da! We all decided to get together in person, have some lunch together, and do our lunch and learn together. Isn't that fun? Okay, I'm letting everybody, it's like the floodgates open up right at this time. So if you're new, if you don't know, there is a Facebook group called Lunch and Learn. It has a picture of Mary Kay like back in the day in her magazine.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a red dress, just so you know, so you have the right place. Oh,
Red dress.
Lynette. Yep, she's showing us. Lynette's on it. So if you're new, you can always go be part of that. But here's what I'm going to tell you about that. Apparently, I didn't know you could max out on Facebook friends. Apparently, we're getting there on that group. I'm sorry about it. So I got talked into it. But if you're not a social media girl, it's not a problem. You can just go to YouTube. It's my name. This is recorded, obviously. And then we will, oh, here, some more people trying to get in. Sorry, they're messaging me. It's like, let me in. So we will record it. And so, oh, if you're not muted, if you wouldn't mind muting really quick for me, I would deeply appreciate you so much. Hold on, I think I can do it. There we go. Okay. And we have our beautiful friend that is so kind to help us. Jenny was actually going to do this for us a month or so ago, right? And then she had some come out and she gave us a beautiful Tiffany malt, which I was so grateful for that. Yeah, it was sensational. And so a lot of you have referred a lot of people, but just know YouTube and Facebook is where you'll find the recording. Now, if there's ever any literature of something you've seen before, if it's not in that Facebook group, I'm sorry about it, but you're going to come to me for that. And I probably don't still have it or even know where to find it because we've been doing this for a hot minute and I just got talked into creating the Facebook group. So bear with us, but you're always welcome to message us. If you can't find something that you need, we're always here to support you. And Jenny, I just want you to know how much I love and appreciate you. Our conversations that we've had have been phenomenal. I cannot wait to hear what you have for us today because everyone raves about you, friend. And we haven't had the pleasure of meeting in person. That's what I love about this. Any division, from the minute your ink isn't even dry on that agreement, all the way national, you could be part of this Lunch and Learn. And I don't even care if I think we talked about the same topic every week. I think we would all learn something new from somebody else. And so thank you so much for your Go Give heart, your integrity in which you do your business, and for sharing so much with us all the time. And so I'm going to mute. And I'm going to run all the stuff in the background and I'm going to let you take over. And if you're okay with it, I always like to ask first, do you mind if I spotlight you?
Sure.
Okay. Because some people are like, don't do that. And I'm like, well, you can change it where you don't see yourself spotlighted, but some people really don't like that and they get all worked up about it. So I just always like to ask permission first. So, and then you can say hi to all my friends. Good going, lady friends. We're all here for you. We're so excited. It'll be so fun. Okay, my beautiful friend, I'm going to let you take over.
All right. Can you guys hear me? Yes. And it's so fun, Jennifer. I used to live in Colorado Springs and my director is in Colorado Springs. So when I saw that's where you were, it was so exciting. So hello, Colorado Springs.
Who's the director?
Well, she's retired National Linda Scott.
Oh, yeah. Amazing.
Well, welcome. And this is such a pleasure to be part of Lunch and Learn. And I just appreciate just the invitation. And I've been watching this for months, maybe for over a year, and sharing this with my unit. So I just appreciate what you do, Jennifer. And it's really Go Give, and it's amazing. So thank you for that. So I just, I prayed a bunch about what do I share with you guys? And there's so many things that we want to share, especially as Mary Kay sales directors. And so, but yesterday I just realized that, September 13th was such a significant a significant day for all of us, right? You know, Mary Kay's 60th anniversary. That's a big deal. And I opened my calendar yesterday, and I have one of those special calendars that says, you know, it was Hot Fudge Sunday Day, and it was, throughout the whole year. And to yesterday also, not only Mary Kay's anniversary, but it was also listed in my calendar that it was Positive Thinking Day. And so I realized that maybe that truly was my indication of what I need to talk about today, positive thinking, right? And if you have comments, definitely comment in the chat. If you at the end, whatever I can answer for you, I will. I love that interaction for sure. And so really to honor our company, I wanted to share a few of my very favorite Mary Kay quotes and what they really mean in our Mary Kay business. I wanted to dig into positive thinking and really how we can rewire our brain with that creative affirmations that will truly, for real, get you what you want, get you where you want to be. And so that's what I want to talk about today over our lunch and learn. So my very first favorite quote of Mary Kay, and I actually said it this morning, I belong to a networking group, and it was at our networking breakfast this morning that I said, quote from Mary Kay, "A woman never tells her age and a man never acts it." Well, Mary Kay Ash was she had such a great sense of humor. I never had the opportunity to meet her, but because of my director, my senior, I guess, and my national, who was trained by Mary Kay, I kind of had that feel that was her. And so when I started in Mary Kay, I had a corporate job and a corporate career that I traveled the country, serious extensive travel. I made fun of my sister-in-law who sold Mary Kay for a couple of years. And I was actually on 2 flights full of Mary Kay sales directors that were coming home from leadership. And no one ever asked me about Mary Kay. I never got a sample. I never got asked if I used Mary Kay. But I kind of believe, and I truly do believe that, it's just timing. You're in the right place at the right time. And I believe that right now is that truly for us. We're in the right place at the right time. And just so happened to be on one of my flights, Mary Kay sales director, $1 Million Director, Susan Moore from San Antonio, Texas, sat next to me. And I do believe that she was an angel disguised as a Mary Kay sales director who had the opportunity to tell me all about Mary Kay. But one of the first things that she said to me that was so impressive was when she asked, "Now, does anybody in your family do Mary Kay?" And I thought, well, I think my sister-in-law still does. I'm not sure, but I think she still does. And at the end of our flight, she mentioned, "Well, I want you to call your sister-in-law, get off this flight, call your sister-in-law and sign up to be a Mary Kay consultant." And so that's what I did. And I guess coming from corporate America, where they would never say those things, it's, eye for an eye. It's never, this family environment that's caring, that's loving, that, all that we have in this pink bubble was a new experience. And I think it is still a new experience for most of us. And so that was really how I started my Mary Kay business. I never tried the products. I just truly fell in love with what Mary Kay meant. And when I made that decision, in 90 days, I had a Mary Kay car in my driveway. I also had a work car, a company car. So it was seriously double dipping, and I loved every second of it. So one of the learned facts that I always like to say, and this is the Jenny Siemonsma ism, is in corporate America, they put up walls, but in Mary Kay, we just add tables. They say, "Come to the table. There's room for everyone." And that's something I'd never experienced coming from the outside world. I love the concept that come to the table. Like you guys, like Jennifer, like you are enjoying each other's company, learning from each other, because Mary Kay Ash said, "Come to the table." However, even though I earned my car in Mary Kay super quick while working my full-time corporate job, I still had those thoughts in my head. Could I really be good enough? The reminder that spoke into my head that maybe this was just lucky. Maybe you were just lucky. And this just doesn't happen to people. Or maybe it was truly by accident. And so when my car arrived, my corporate job, nobody at my job knew I sold Mary Kay. It was seriously an undercover agent kind of an operation that I had. So I had my husband put the Mary Kay magnets for my car on the decals on magnets, so that sometimes I was in Mary Kay, and then when I would go to my real job with my Mary Kay car, I would take them off. And so in my head and in my thought process, what I realized was that, and I look back at this moment, what I realized is that sometimes we are in Mary Kay and sometimes we're not. When things go south, when we have obstacles and negative things that come in, sometimes ourself, then we choose to step out of our Mary Kay business. And so I keep those magnets in my desk as a reminder of where I was at the time and how far I've come. You know, sometimes our consultants that are watching, and those are new or seasoned, they look at their sales director or they look at other sales directors and see perfection, and they see that there is never any obstacles. And how could I be like Jennifer when I have all this garbage going on in my life? But where we came from is so much different than where we are now. And so Mary Kay Ash said, we fail forward to success. And really, the more we do, the better we get, the more we learn. And I'll tell you that I have two boys. I have a 19-year-old who's in the Air Force, and then I have a 15-year-old. And I remember when Sam, my youngest, was born. I think I was on Pink Cadillac number 4 or something like that. And he was just a teeny baby, and it was the first Mary Kay party I had held since he was born. And I drove an hour and a half to a Mary Kay party, and I didn't bring a single thing. So all we ate, we just had snacks. We visited. I didn't know anyone there, and I did everything wrong. But I look back at that moment and realize that I failed forward to success. I still kept going, even though I did so many things wrong. And I can think about so many things that were duds or things from my past. You know, my very first Power Start, 30 to 60 faces, really. And I had never used Mary Kay. I swear that every woman I was in front of looked like total floozies. I mean, it's the truth, because in our starter kit, we just put everything on. I told everybody to put everything on. Didn't matter what it was, put everything on. But I got better. I got better with practice. And that's what we do. We get better with practice, you know? And so Mary Kay Ash said in one of her quotes, your attitude determines your altitude. And if you remember way back when you were brand new in Mary Kay and you didn't know anything, but your enthusiasm and your excitement, that was really what stormed your business. That's really what, catapulted you into where we are today, is because we didn't know enough, but our excitement, our enthusiasm just became, it was like wildfire. You stand next to a flame and you do catch on fire, and people that come into your circle, they want to be part of your life. So I love that. I remember when I first started and my excitement, my old boss had come into my office and said with a snarky attitude, why are you so happy? And I can remember telling him it was my vitamins. It's like, oh, it's my vitamins. I didn't tell anybody I sold Mary Kay. I wasn't quite there yet. And that's okay, because we have that journey that we can go on. But my all-time favorite that Mary Cash has always said is, what you believe in, you achieve. So do you believe in your goals? Do you believe in your dreams? What you give power to grows. Either it's positive or negative, whatever you give power to. And a few years ago, my youngest son was being bullied at school. And I it took me a minute, but I made the decision to not give power to that, but give power to things that I could control. And it was a big deal, but I felt so powerful. I didn't feel stuck. And I love that Mary Kay teaches us that. So you get to choose. And what's the negative chatter that's going on in your head? It happens all the time. It's inevitable. But I love that today I'm going to teach you how to make those changes on your own so that you can use your affirmations. You can use your thoughts so that you can really make things happen in your business. You know, we hear all the time, book, sell, hybrid, pop-up parties, in-person parties, Waverly's gazillion-dollar parties, samples, notes, all of that stuff. But what we truly need is the root of how can we change our thoughts and our minds so that we can be powerful. And that's what I want to share. So that's awesome. So think about like the negative chatter that's kind of been happening this week. You know, what have you said to yourself? No one wants to book with me, or that is just way too hard, or there's no way that I could be like so-and-so because I just have all these obstacles. I didn't grow up that way. I don't have that. I don't have the income. I don't have a supportive husband. All the things that come in, of course, the devil is the one that plants those seeds. But most importantly is that recognizing that chat in our head. So really, how can we rewire our brain? And all of us know, unless you're new, who National Sales Director Emeritus Linda Tupin is. And she would always say, create a new crease in your brain. Create that new crease in your brain. So how can we reshape our thoughts and our beliefs? And it's by affirmations. It can be many different things, but it's truly by affirmations. So it's what we say that convinces the brain to believe it. Well, of course, you've got to actually add action. You got to do something. You can't just think it, you know. So if you're a consultant that's on and you've been saying for many years, many months, many quarters, many times that you're going to do something, then, and it hasn't happened yet, then I want you to rethink what your goal is, because your brain doesn't believe it. Well, neither does your director, because it also matches up with action and activity. So Mary Kay Ash has a fantastic quote, and she says, the greatest pollution problem we face today is negativity. Oh my gosh. And so often we create it ourselves. So let's dig in. And so you can grab a piece of paper or you can watch this later, but I'm going to kind of go through some steps. They're going to help your brain think a new thought. So the first thing that I want us to do is number one, is create a brain dump. And you may have heard that. And I remember hearing that long ago. And I remember saying, that is stupid. That's ridiculous. A brain dump. I can extract the things in my head on my own. I don't need to do a brain dump. Well, yes, we do. And I love that when we put it on paper, when we put everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, the negative, the positive, the to-dos, the things that we wish we would do, the things that we need to do, all on a piece of paper, that it extracts it from our thought process. And spend a few minutes. You might need to do it once a week, might need to do it once a month. Gosh darn it, might need to do it every day. But if you're feeling anxious or unsettled or overwhelmed, gosh, I think it's the right thing to do, is that brain dump. And when you get it all on paper, it doesn't even have to be pretty. Oh my gosh, could be a huge rat's nest of a mess. I want you to categorize that from past. What's in the past? Is it something that you can't control? Then why are we thinking about it? Is it present? Is it there things that we need to do right now? And there are things that are futuristic. Like quite often, it could be concerns. It also could be mission, goals, dreams. You know, some of those things are, I maybe shoulda, woulda, couldas. Well, gosh, don't give it that power. And those are things that we have in the past that we have no control over. There's no control over that. So, okay, the number one reason that I hear and I read about is that the affirmations that don't work is because they're not believable. And the only person that needs to believe them is us. If you don't believe in them, then guess what? Nobody else will. And it makes it incredibly difficult to actually get things done to reach those goals. So the second thing is, I want you to write down, what's my heart's desire? What are you seriously passionate about? What do you want for your life? For me, I just love the journey. I love the journey. I love the people. I love the process. I love to be a blessing and I love to serve others. It's funny, I have a consultant in my unit right now who is an incredible author. She has written so many amazing books, romance books. And Catherine Hamilton is her writing name. And when we first met, she was an engineer. And when we talked about what are your heart's desires? What do you want to do with your life? She said, all I want to do is write. And so through her Mary Kay business, through her affirmations, she was able to use her income, use her money to publish her first book, self-publish her first book. And now she has dozens and dozens because we plant that seed. And it's interesting that most people in our life don't have that thought process. Quite often, people plant them themselves. And then we decide that we're going to take them on as our own. So the third thing is, what do you do when you have a negative thought? We all have those. When we have a negative thought, how do we steer away from that? So I'm going to give you some ideas on how you can take your negative thought and change it. The first thing is that just notice your thought. Just notice it. The second thing is you got to forgive it. And in Texas, we say, bless your heart. So bless your heart. Bless my heart that I had that thought. I'm giving myself some grace. I give people grace that cut in front of me. I give people grace that, I love to give grace, but I love to give grace to myself. But the third part of that is the statement that says, thank you for revealing it to me. What I don't want. I'm in the process of earning my Chevy Trax LS. My work energizes me, and I'm willing to do the work. So that's a power statement that changes the negative thoughts that we just thought, like negative thoughts like, the ones we just talked about. Nobody wants to book with me. I'm not good enough. I'm not cute enough. I don't have enough time, all those things. So thanks for revealing to me what I don't want. I'm in the process of earning it might be even a pink Cadillac, Chevy Trax. It energizes me and I'm willing to do the work. And that is a process that isn't something that we think about all the time, but that simply is a process that's going to take your brain activity from feeling stuck, from feeling that maybe you're not sure what to do next, to removing those negative thoughts, putting in place those power affirmations so that you truly can make a difference. And so one of the things that I've loved that Mary Kay Ash has said, and this is incredible, is that one of her quotes, she said, God doesn't ask your ability or your inability. He only asks your availability. So at this time, through all the information that I've shared, hopefully it's simple, but these moments, clear your thoughts, clear your mind so that you truly can rewire your thoughts. Like National Soldier Linda Tupin said, put another crease in a different place so that you become available. You could become available to his calling. You become available to the things that matter the most in your Mary Kay business? God first, family second, and your career third. So that's my training today over Lunch and Learn. I'd love to open up to any questions that you might have, any comments, but thank you for letting me be part of your day today.
It was amazing. Thank you. Cheer for you. We love you. That was fantastic. I'm going to hit the chat, make sure I'm not missing anybody's chat that they're wanting to know about. I don't see anything now.
Hey, Jenny, this is Carla Mock in Dallas. I just want to thank you, because we all get that stinking thinking in our head. And I'm there right now. So this really, really, really helped my day and just everything for the month. So receiving, thank you.
So good to hear.
Yes. Anybody else? I want to make sure I'm not missing anyone. Let me go.
Mary Kay quotes are always.
I'm going back and forth. I know all these Mary Kay quotes. I loved all of them.
Mhm.
That was powerful. And thank you all so much for always joining and participating and sharing this event that we do. And it's grown. It literally has taken on a life of its own I wasn't even ready for. But I don't know, Jenny, if you can see in the chat all the kind words and what everybody's saying for you. But I want you to take a glimpse of that because you were phenomenal today. And I just appreciate your go give heart. Because honestly, gal, she doesn't get anything out of doing this. It literally was just the kindness of her heart to give back to the Mary Kay community. And I appreciate you being so go give and doing your business the way God intended us to do it. And so thank you again. And ladies, I hope you all have an amazing Thursday. Go out there. If you haven't wrapped up your Star Consultant, go wrap it up, rally your team. We have so many cool things happening. If you have not earned your 600 yet, do that because the gift is probably one of my favorites I've ever received. I thought the stamp last month was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, I was like, I'm not a crafty girl. And I thought that was pretty cool, but this one is phenomenal. You don't want to miss that. So thank you so much for everybody for joining. And did I miss anybody else? I just want to make sure I didn't. I'm looking real quick because everyone moves around. It's like the Brady Bunch shifting constantly. It's insane. Okay, ladies, well, have an amazing Thursday. Jenny, thank you again so much.
Bye.
Bye, Jenny.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Love you all.